5349-year-old alien ship, $10 and one human, now emperor of the galaxy. Space travel was never easy and scavenging for scrap was worse. Ethan had been doing it for years, hopping from one forgotten asteroid to another, always chasing the next piece of tech that someone might pay for. Today, his pocket had only $10. That was it. 10. Small bills, no coins. Not that anyone would accept them out here. Great, Ethan muttered. $10 and the universe owes me nothing. His rover skidded over a ridge and something strange caught his eye. At first, it was just a glint, a reflection of light that shouldn't exist on this dead rock. He slowed the rover and leaned closer. There, half buried in dust and rock, was a ship unlike any he had ever seen. It was massive, larger than a human freighter, yet elegant. Its surface shimmered with an alien metal that reflected colors Ethan couldn't name. Lines ran across the hull like ancient tattoos, faintly glowing with what looked like symbols. He stared, heart pounding. Ethan had seen old ships before, remnants of long-lost civilizations. Most were worthless husks scavenged decades ago, but this was different. It hummed softly, almost like it was alive. Against every rule of caution he had learned the hard way, Ethan climbed down and approached. The airlock was smooth, featureless. He pressed a button on instinct, but nothing happened. Then he touched the hull with his hand and the ship reacted. A panel slid open silently, revealing a holographic interface. Symbols danced and shifted, and a voice, calm and resonant, filled the air. Intruder detected. State your species and intent. Ethan stumbled backward. A human, my name Ethan. I don't know, just exploring. He held up his hands. No harm, I swear. There was a pause. Then the voice said, human, interesting, your kind is primitive. Ethan chuckled nervously. Yeah, that's what people tell me a lot. The ship hummed again, lights flickering. Primitive, yet you activate systems that even the architects of this vessel could not awaken for over 5,000 years. Ethan's eyes widened. 5,000? Wait, what? The ship seemed to lean slightly as if inspecting him. I am the Arathalan. I have slumbered for 5349 years. You have awakened me. Explain yourself. I guess I'm good with machines, kind of, Ethan shrugged. I have $10 too, if that helps. For a moment, silence. Then the AI made a sound like laughter. Your currency is meaningless to me, but your resourcefulness is intriguing. Ethan laughed nervously. Resourceful, huh? That's a fancy word for broke and lucky. The Arathalan's lights pulsed. Luck is a primitive form of probability manipulation. You have survived where many others would fail. You are worth observing. Ethan looked around the asteroid nervously. Observation is fine, but I don't want trouble. The AI's voice softened. Trouble is relative. To you, danger is survival. To others, you may become a threat. What do you mean, others? Ethan asked, unease creeping in. The AI did not answer immediately. Instead, it projected a holographic map of nearby star systems. Lines crisscrossed, showing trade routes, fleets, and controlled territories. Many civilizations were marked, each symbol blinking with life. You are visible, said the Arathalan. Your activation of my systems has sent a signal. The galaxy will notice. Others will come. Some will come to claim me, some to destroy you. Ethan swallowed. Destroy me? Yes, humans are underestimated. Many species will not believe a human can control such power. They will attempt to correct this. You must prepare. Ethan laughed again, though it was shaky. Prepare? I don't even have a proper laser, let alone a ship this big. The Arathalan hummed. You have ingenuity, that may be enough. Ingenuity is a human strength I have observed. You will need it. Ethan shook his head. Strength, sure, but I'm one person. And I have $10. The AI made a strange noise, almost like amusement. Your currency is irrelevant, yet your survival depends on your resourcefulness and courage. You may command me if you prove capable. Command you? Ethan said, incredulous. Me, a human. I can barely command a toaster. Humans are underestimated, the Arathalan said. You will learn quickly. Your first lesson is survival. The first few hours were chaotic. Ethan barely understood the ship's controls. Everything was alien, symbols, gestures, and energy fields pulsing under his fingertips. But somehow, with trial, error, and luck, he managed to start the engines. The ship lifted slowly off the asteroid, dust and rocks spinning into space. Ethan stared at the view outside. Whoa, this thing is huge, and quiet. I like quiet. The AI's voice spoke softly. Do not underestimate what is quiet. Quiet is patience, and patience is power. Ethan realized suddenly that the ship was responsive, almost alive. He moved a hand and the main view screen zoomed into a distant star cluster. He could see ships, lots of ships, civilizations bustling with activity, trade, war, pirates, and all of it could notice him. Ethan gulped. I think I just made a big mistake. The AI responded, mistake is relative. You may survive if you adapt. And that's when the first blip appeared on the Arathalan sensors, another ship approaching fast. Ethan squinted. Oh, hello, I think I have visitors. They are scanning, said the AI. They detect an unknown vessel. They will investigate. You must decide, friend or foe. I don't know, Ethan admitted. I don't even know what I'm doing here. You will learn. Human adaptability is unparalleled. Ethan laughed nervously. Unparalleled. I hope that's a good thing. The approaching ship sent a message in an alien language. The AI translated in real time. Unauthorized vessel detected. Identify immediately or be destroyed. Ethan blinked. Destroy me? Already? It's been, 10 minutes? The Arathalan said calmly, they assume humans are weak. Humans are unpredictable. This may be your advantage. Ethan thought quickly. He had no weapons, barely knew how to operate the ship. But he did have one thing, human creativity. He sent out a fake signal imitating a larger fleet. Screens lit up with holographic decoys, projected ships surrounding him in the empty space. The approaching alien vessel paused. Its sensors scanned. Confused, it retreated slightly, unsure of what it faced. Ethan let out a shaky laugh. Did I just fool them? The AI hummed. Yes, humans are creative in illogical ways. This is why your species survives. Ethan shook his head, still in disbelief. I'm just a guy with $10 and bad luck. Somehow this counts as survival. Luck, skill, courage, creativity, the AI said. Humans combine these in ways that others cannot. You may be the first human to command me fully and influence the galaxy. Ethan's eyes widened. Influence the galaxy? Yes, the AI replied. But first, survive the night. And as Ethan floated among the stars in a ship older than any civilization, he realized something extraordinary. He wasn't just a human scavenger anymore. He was the captain of the oldest ship in the galaxy, and someone somewhere was about to notice. He looked down at his $10 bill folded in his pocket and laughed. Well, I guess $10 bought me a spaceship after all. The stars stretched out before him, infinite, silent, and full of danger. Ethan didn't know what would come next. Pirates, empires, maybe even ancient species long thought dead. They would all be curious, and none would expect a single human to be behind the controls. But Ethan Cross was human. And humans survived. Ethan Cross floated inside the Arathalan, staring at the holographic map that stretched across the main deck. Thousands of stars, hundreds of fleets, millions of possibilities. He scratched his head, still trying to wrap his mind around what was happening. One day he was a scavenger with $10, and now he was the captain of a 5349-year-old alien warship, and apparently the galaxy was watching. The Arathalan hummed softly, its lights pulsing in rhythmic patterns. You must adapt quickly, the AI said. The signal you emitted has attracted attention. They are not patient. You are now part of the game of empires. Great, Ethan muttered. I always wanted to play intergalactic politics with no instructions. The AI hummed, almost amused. Your species thrives in improvisation. You will learn faster than expected. Ethan rubbed his eyes. Improvisation. Sure, he could scavenge parts, fix broken engines, and bluff pirates with a fake fleet. But entire empires, fleets bigger than any city he had ever seen. This was new. The first contact came sooner than expected. A sleek alien vessel appeared on the sensors, moving fast, weapons ready. Its language was harsh, clipped, and full of authority. The AI translated, "Unknown vessel, identify or be destroyed." Ethan stared at the display. "Identify." "Sure, I'm Captain Ethan Cross of the Arathalan." The alien ship hesitated. Something about the AI aboard the Arathalan confused its sensors. Ethan had no weapons, no fleet, no experience. But he did have brains and apparently luck. "Deploy decoys," he said, half hoping it would work. The Arathalan projected hundreds of holographic ships around Ethan, some moving in unpredictable patterns, others mimicking large battleships. The alien vessel's sensors flared, scanning frantically. Ethan grinned. "Humans are unpredictable, you're about to see why." The alien vessel hesitated. Then it changed course. It was not sure if Ethan was a threat or if he commanded a hidden armada. He had bought himself a little time. "Not bad," Ethan said. "I can survive one encounter." The Arathalan hummed. "You are learning quickly. Your species' strength is adaptability and creativity. These traits allow survival against overwhelming odds." Ethan shook his head, still in disbelief. "Survive, sure, but outsmart fleets, that's insane." "Insane is relative," the AI replied. In the days that followed, Ethan learned more about the Arathalan. It was more than a ship. It was a library, a weapon, and a strategist, all in one. Ancient alien technology pulsed through its hull. Its engines could traverse entire star systems in hours. Its sensors could detect fleets from light years away. Its AI intelligence was beyond anything Ethan had seen. And the AI, once dormant for over 5 millennia, was now teaching him. Not by manuals. Humans never understood manuals, but by experience and experimentation. "Try combining these energy conduits," the AI said one day. "It will amplify defensive shields beyond known limits." Ethan frowned. Combine these tubes, like this." He twisted a few levers and pressed a sequence of holographic buttons. Lights flared across the Arathalan. The shields hummed louder than ever. "Whoa, that actually worked." "Exactly," said the AI. "Your species thinks unpredictably. This allows solutions that more logical beings cannot conceive." Ethan leaned back, laughing. "So humans are basically lucky geniuses." "Adaptable and resourceful," the AI corrected. "Luck is only part of it. Observation shows your kind survives impossible odds." Within a week, Ethan had outmaneuvered several minor fleets sent to investigate the awakening of the Arathalan. Pirates, small empires, and rogue commanders came, all underestimating a human, all left confused or defeated. Humans were rare in the galaxy, and none were known to control technology like this. Ethan's ingenuity became his greatest weapon. One encounter stood out. A heavily armed frigate approached aggressively, weapons charged. Ethan had no choice. He recalled the AI's advice: improvise and mislead. He created a holographic fleet around the frigate, mimicking an entire armada of warships. Meanwhile, he quietly activated a silent energy pulse from the Arathalan that temporarily disabled the frigate's engines. The alien vessel was left floating, immobilized and surrounded by what it believed were dozens of ships. Ethan laughed aloud. "Humans, 1, aliens, 0, the AI hummed softly. "Your species is underestimated. You may now begin to rise." Rise. Ethan wasn't sure he wanted that. He only wanted to survive. But the galaxy was starting to notice. News spread faster than he expected. Merchant fleets whispered of a human who controlled a 5349-year-old ship. Pirates speculated about a new galactic warlord. Minor empires sent envoys to negotiate, fearing what they did not understand. Ethan quickly realized he needed alliances. He wasn't a conqueror, not yet, but humans were clever. He sent out messages to minor systems, offering them protection and technology in exchange for loyalty. One small system, controlled by an alien race called the Velari, responded. Their planet had been raided by pirates for decades. Ethan offered to defend their world using the Arathalan's ancient weaponry. When the pirate fleet arrived, they were surprised to find a human ship of unimaginable size and firepower waiting. Ethan, improvising again, created decoy ships while striking precise points in the pirate vessels. They were overwhelmed by technology they couldn't understand and defeated. The Velari were astonished. They had never seen a human, much less one who could command an ancient ship. Ethan became a hero in their eyes and they pledged allegiance. The AI spoke, "You see, humans are not physically strongest, but intelligence, courage, and unpredictability, these make you a formidable force." Ethan grinned. Guess that $10 start was worth it after all. News of his exploits spread across nearby systems. More races sent fleets, either curious or threatened. Some came to challenge him, others to seek alliance. Each encounter showed the same truth. Humans were unpredictable and bold. One challenge came from the Tiavacs, a warrior race known for strict logic and overwhelming numbers. Their fleet, larger than any Ethan had seen, approached aggressively. They expected an easy victory. Ethan considered fleeing. Then he laughed. "Nah, let's have some fun." Using the Arathalan, he created false warp signatures, making the Tiavacs believe the human commanded 3 separate fleets simultaneously. He launched a series of high-speed attacks and retreats, confusing the enemy. The Tiavacs, frustrated and unable to predict human decisions, withdrew. The AI observed, "Your species thrives in chaos and ambiguity. Where others fail due to strict rules, humans succeed." Ethan scratched his head. "So basically, I tricked them by being human." "Correct," said the AI. "Human ingenuity and audacity are your greatest weapons." As months passed, Ethan's reputation grew. From a scavenger with $10, he had become a galactic figure. Minor systems sought his protection. Fleets hesitated before attacking him. Stories of a human who commanded an ancient, unbeatable ship spread across star charts. But Ethan never forgot one lesson. The galaxy would not wait long before testing him. Larger empires were mobilizing. Intelligence reports hinted at massive fleets preparing to engage him. Pirates and warlords would not tolerate a single human rising so quickly. One night, Ethan stood in the command room, staring at the stars. The Arathalan's lights pulsed softly around him. "AI," he said quietly, "how do I go from lucky scavenger to someone the galaxy actually respects?" "You must adapt faster than the galaxy adapts to you," said the Arathalan. "You must combine your unpredictability, courage, and intelligence. Only then will you rise beyond survival to influence." Ethan smiled. "Influence, huh? I guess it's time humans got noticed." For the first time, he felt hopeful and powerful, not just as a survivor, but as a human. Someone who could challenge centuries of galactic arrogance, simply by being clever, bold, and unpredictable. And somewhere, deep in the map of stars, Ethan noticed the first signs of a major empire moving toward him. Their fleet dwarfed anything he had faced before. He didn't panic, he grinned. "Bring it on," he said, because Ethan Cross was human, and humans never backed down. Ethan Cross sat in the command room of the Arathalan, staring at the star-filled void before him. His fingers drummed lightly on the console. The holographic map showed an armada unlike anything he had ever seen, millions of ships, converging from dozens of empires. They had united, convinced that a single human could never control the ancient Arathalan and its secrets without posing a threat. He took a deep breath and looked at the AI. "Ready?" he asked. "Humans are remarkable," the Arathalan replied. You are about to face the full weight of the galaxy. Your ingenuity will be tested beyond prior limits. Ethan leaned back, a small grin forming. I've survived worse. Okay, maybe not worse, but this is definitely bigger. The first warning came in the form of a Tiavax fleet at the edge of the system. They had rebuilt and joined forces with several other warlike species. Thousands of warships, armed with advanced weapons and shields, moved in formation. Their communications were direct and threatening. Surrender the vessel and human occupant or face total annihilation. Ethan rubbed his hands together. Well, surrender isn't really my style. The Arathalan hummed. Predictable human response. Let us proceed with improvisation. Using a combination of holographic decoys, stealth maneuvers, and speed bursts, Ethan managed to disrupt the Tiavax fleet's coordination. They fired at shadows that moved faster than reality. Ethan laughed aloud. Come on, I'm right here. Catch me if you can. But he didn't just rely on trickery. He learned the ship's ancient weapons systems at an incredible pace. Ancient energy cannons fired with precision, targeting engines, weapons, and control centers rather than destruction of hulls. He wanted enemies disabled, not erased, a lesson in restraint and strategy that only a human could apply so quickly. By the end of the first engagement, the Tiavax fleet was retreating, humiliated and confused. Reports spread across the galaxy. A human commanded a ship that defeated the largest fleets without even trying to destroy them completely. Soon more fleets arrived, Xiphorian warlords, Vekari traitors-turned-mercenaries, and even rogue empires. Each assumed they could intimidate a human. Each was proven wrong. Ethan's approach was simple but genius. Predictability is weakness. He avoided obvious moves. Improvise constantly. The Arathalan responded to gestures, sometimes before Ethan even thought of them. Exploit arrogance. Every alien assumed they could outsmart him because he was human, and every time they failed. One night while plotting strategy with the AI, Ethan realized something incredible. Wait, if I combine the Arathalan sensors with these ancient warp conduits, I could move faster than any fleet can track me. Yes, said the AI. Your species' unpredictability now extends to space-time manipulation. Ethan laughed. Unpredictable humans, saving the day again. Maybe we should get a motto or something. The largest threat, however, came from the Galactic Council, the combined ruling body of the galaxy's mightiest civilizations. They brought a super fleet, thousands of capital ships arranged like a living fortress. They didn't want negotiation, they wanted submission. Ethan's grin widened. Okay, this is going to be fun. He activated the ship's ancient defense matrix, creating a holographic fleet of thousands of Arathalan-class ships. The Council's fleet paused. Sensors couldn't tell what was real and what was illusion. Then, using ancient pulse weapons, Ethan targeted engines and communication arrays with surgical precision. The Council's fleet slowed, disoriented. Ethan spoke calmly. Hey, Council, I'm just a human. I don't want war. I just want respect. And maybe a few stars to call home. The Council representatives on HoloLink were furious. This is unacceptable. You are one human. Surrender. Ethan shook his head. One human, maybe. But I also have a 5349-year-old ship and apparently I'm good at this. Over the next few weeks, Ethan and the Arathalan conducted campaigns of diplomacy, displays of power, and clever strategy. He never destroyed anyone unnecessarily but always made them realize, underestimate a human at your peril. He brokered alliances with smaller systems, offering protection in exchange for loyalty. He outmaneuvered the largest fleets using imagination instead of brute force. He solved ancient puzzles embedded in the ship, unlocking technology that controlled disputed territories and fleets without firing a shot. Everywhere he went, human ingenuity astonished the galaxy. Stories spread. A human tricked a fleet of 10,000 ships into retreating. A human negotiated peace between species centuries at war by offering only his cleverness. A human turned a $10 investment into the most feared and respected ship in the galaxy. Finally, the Galactic Council sent a final envoy, a massive ship the size of a planet bristling with weapons. Its leader, a being of immense authority and arrogance, communicated directly. Human, you will surrender the Arathalan or the galaxy will destroy you. Ethan leaned back in his chair. Destroy me? Well, that's rude. How about listen first? The envoy didn't respond. It fired. Ethan's eyes widened. Then he grinned. Here we go. He activated a series of warp conduits, moving the Arathalan in impossible patterns. The massive ship's weapons missed every time. Ethan used holographic decoys, silent pulses, and strategic strikes to disable its engines without killing anyone. The envoy's leader finally realized the truth. Humans cannot be predicted. Humans cannot be controlled. Ethan transmitted a calm message. I am Ethan Cross. I am human. I have no desire for war, only for survival, for exploration, and for fairness. The galaxy can no longer underestimate us. For the first time, silence fell over the council. Then one by one, representatives nodded. They had no choice. A human had done what no empire could: defeat, outsmart, and impress them all at once. The council recognized him. Ethan Cross was now Emperor of the galaxy. Not by force alone, but by audacity, intellect, and human creativity. Ethan's first decree was simple: peace first. Disputes settled through strategy and dialogue. Protection for the weak. Minor systems under threat would have the Arathalan's shield. Respect for human ingenuity. Humans would be recognized as a species to respect, not underestimate. The galaxy had never seen a ruler like this. A human, a scavenger, a man who had started with $10. Ethan looked at his $10 bill, now framed on the command deck. Funny, he said, this little thing got me a spaceship in the galaxy. The Arathalan hummed. Humans are exceptional. Yeah, Ethan replied. Exceptional, unpredictable, impossible, but also human. He looked out at the stars, infinite and silent. The galaxy was his to protect, his to lead. But more than that, it was his to teach a lesson. Never underestimate humans. And somewhere, deep in the void, civilizations whispered about the human who had done the impossible. Ethan Cross, Emperor of the Galaxy. One man, one ship, $10, and the entire universe would never forget him.